All right, what is happening, people? People. What is happening with the people? Let's see if we're working on. Doesn't seem like it. We are not on YouTube. Why aren't we connected? Okay, that's it. There we go. Okay, we are live on YouTube as well. We are live on YouTube as well. All right, let's get started. Let's get jumping to ZBrush here. Let's turn the camera on. Oh my God, there I am. Some old bullshit music playing. Some of that free, copyright free music. I mean, it's all right. Some of it's all right. It'd be cool if you could just listen to your own music. I mean, if they had like a tier, you know, that like sent money to the artist or something, you know, like a subscription. I don't even know if YouTube Prime or Pro or whatever they call it allows that, but it's just kind of dumb. I just think it's dumb. There's like no harm in playing other people's music, like you're promoting their music, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just weird. It's just weird. All right, let's get rid of this "be with you shortly." All right. I hope my audio is good. I have no way to test my audio. I mean, I don't know. I'm just starting the streaming shit. See what it's about. It seems fun, so I've been watching a lot of streamers recently, and it just seems like a fun thing to do. So, you know, just kind of share your work. Plus, it's like kind of like document your work too, because you know your videos are saved. So that shit's all cool. All right, so let's get into ZBrushery. So as you can see, I've got a custom UI, and I've been working on this Raven Girl. I'm calling it Raven Girl for now, and kind of gotten to this point. I had it before I started the stream, but I'm gonna backtrack through how I got to this point, and it is really just in the rudimentary base mesh stage. I'm not sure what the clothing is gonna be and all that, but I know I'm aiming for a real-time illustration based on some, you know, I've got a mood board and everything for it. So I'll show that in just a second. Let me get set up here. And I hope the music's not too loud. If somebody was in the chat, I'd be able to know what is goings-ons. Alright. If the music's too loud or whatever, I'll just turn it down. I don't give a fuck. Alright, so that's that. And you see I got a custom UI. Oh, but this ain't the most recent configure. And I'm still, this is like a new UI for, you know, I really wanted to go real minimal with the UI. Because I don't know, I just don't like a lot of shit everywhere when I'm working, you know. So I really just put the things I use a lot, you know, easy access. And then I created a few palettes as well. So and I'm still building those palettes, you know. I kind of like that workflow a little bit better, to pop up a palette and just keep the UI fairly clean. And, you know, I'll rearrange and change stuff as well, but for now, this is what it is. So, you know, I still got some space to add on, so all that's cool. And what else? Oh yeah, so let me... So I should be getting in a fair amount of, like, in this, I'll be getting into Z modeling tools, you know, just a bunch of stuff, you know, and I'll try to cover the workflow as best as I can. And if, you know, you have any questions, if any two of my viewers have a question, you know, about anything, I'll be happy to answer. So right now, this is my mood board, and I'm using PureRef. I'm sure a lot of you are aware of that, but PureRef is just a reference app. It's exactly what it says, and it just allows you to, you know, drag and drop images in there pretty quickly, and all that. And it just, it's basically a dynamic canvas, so it adapts to, as you drop reference in there, you know, it gets bigger, and then you, the canvas gets bigger, and you can scale things up and all that good stuff. So if you're not using it yet, I highly recommend it. Plus, it has some functionality where you can have it overlay. You can have it overlay over your application, so you can just like tuck it away in a corner, you know, like down here and whatnot while you're working. But I don't really like to even have reference, so, you know, I'm not going to keep this on here. So I'm not really like a fan of like having like reference in the viewport, unless, you know, it's getting kind of, you know, unless I need to, like. But most of the time I just keep my reference on another monitor, and you know, and look at things as I need to. Anyway, so this is kind of my mood board for this piece, and this is kind of like the central idea. I want to do this Raven Girl, you know. I don't know what the outfit's gonna be. I don't know if I'm gonna go with with what we see here. You know, I do like it, and I just like the girl overall. You know, she looks like a Raven girl. So, and the original concept is done by this gentleman, or I don't know if it's a gentleman or a female or whatever, but by WLOP. And he's just got some great illustrations. You know, I love this one. You know, he just does some beautiful work, or he or she, I'm not sure because they don't have a profile picture. But anyway, I'm kind of I kind of like this sitting on the banner, and all that, and the backdrop and the snow and the ravens. You know, so I'm kind of going for an illustrative thing, and I'm just going to be building this out, and I don't even know if I'm gonna stick with this or not. So that's kind of up in the air, but I'm just gonna see how it goes for now. So, and I kind of like entertain the idea of doing a pose like this as well. You know, I may not even do the background. I may just do the sculpt and, do like a clean render, just to showcase the model type thing. But I really like the idea of doing illustrations and really diving into Marmoset, and getting illustrative looks in like real time. That's kind of becoming a niche of mine, I guess. But this is the central idea, as far as the character goes, and then the background. And the background, I'll probably draw from this. I found this concept I found on ArtStation because it kind of fits the theme. I may make a couple of these building tops and play around with them as such. So, and you can see where I've got I found the wings. They're from this image, and then we got all of anatomy reference, a lot of stuff on the back, and I'm not even showing the back, but I just haven't, it's just an area that I still kind of need reference for is the back. So, it'd be cool to do a full turn when the character's done. So, and that kind of thing, like a turntable. So we got our anatomy reference, and I'm also using Anatomy for Sculptors. That's a great book. If you don't have it, I highly recommend it. I'm not sure if I can really share it without getting like flagged or something. So, because it's copywritten material, but I'm also referencing that because overall I'm kind of working on this piece. It's kind of like, it's just, I always like to incorporate a project into my studies instead of just doing plain studies because I get bored. But I'm just trying to step it up in the anatomy department overall. So when there's just more anatomy in something like this, I'll be able to get into. So that's that. All right, so let's kind of get started here. So how I got to this point was I created, that's later on, but I basically, a couple weeks ago, I created this anatomy study, which I'm kind of gonna be using I'm gonna try this out and just use this as a base mesh. And I built this on top of the default skeleton in Zbrush. So, and I just kind of went in here and used the IMM brush. I think I just mostly made it from spheres like this, and I just kind of placed them, to just overall learn anatomy better. And that kind of thing. So just have a pretty strong anatomical base mesh going into projects, and just trying it out. Eventually what I'll probably end up doing is I'll create more of a low res bass mesh where all these are combined, and you already kind of got like the full where things are fairly fleshed out, and I'll probably do it in a couple different poses for different situations, but basically this is where I started for this, and I posed it using Transpose Master. Where am I? Okay, yeah. I using Transpose Master. So, you can see the skeleton still in there and everything. So, I'm not gonna repose it again since I'm fairly underway, but I just kind of want to show you the process a little bit. So, I pose the arms into position. So I'll just kind of do a semi-pose just to show you how this works. Because I may put this base mesh. I don't know. I may put it up on my ArtStation as an asset for people to download and use. But I don't know. I don't know how useful it would be to other people. Because people tend to tailor base meshes to their like create base meshes that are kind of tailored to what they do, and that was the same idea with this. So anyway, so let's just say that's what we wanted. Anybody? I'm still kind of iterating on this base mesh as well, so I mean it's not all the way done. It's got some issues, but I just wanted to get on and get into a project, because I haven't done one, and I haven't done any personal work in a couple weeks or so. So just kind of been anxious to get into something. So anyway, so yeah, basically I use Transpose Master to kind of get the pose in place. That's close enough, and then let's just do something with that. What is this? I don't know if I'm feeling this track right now. Let's see if I can get my boy Victor in here. Anyway, okay, so yeah, so once I kind of got the pose we'll just say this is it. Go ahead and so after I got that into a pose I wanted, then the next step was just to go around and you know, just go around and just kind of tweak it a little bit. Just kind of tweak things. With the move brush and all that. All right. Right. I don't know if this is weird for people because I don't have the camera right in front of me. Like, I don't know. I don't really have, I guess I kind of got the space, but I'll just try this angle and try to remember to look at the camera every once in a while so it's not so dissonant. All right. So just say this is what you want, and the next step was to just go ahead and Dynamesh this. Yeah, well, we want a little more resolution than that, but so that would be the next step, and just kind of, you know, and the idea is to just kind of get your get the anatomical structure in there relatively fast without sculpting it all out. I guess it's kind of a crutch, but in the process, it just helps. It just kind of dials in your attention to it, I guess, you know. But that's kind of the idea, you know, of these base mesh, of this. It's kind. I guess it's kind of like a system, you know. So that would have been the next step, and just kind of to just get things going a little faster, you know, because I really like I kind of like before I can really like start to see what I'm doing, I really like to get things in the rendering engine, you know, and kind of like start to build that up as part of the whole process too, like, you know, getting in Marmoset and starting to define materials a little bit. I mean, not too early. I'm not going to be doing that too soon, but that's just kind of like my process. I like to get things blocked out, and you know, in the render and everything. So anyway, and it's the same thing with the legs. You know, and some of these I needed to combine. You know, so I'll actually take them off the skeleton. Let's see, let's auto group this. Mirror and weld. We got subdivision levels on there. Let's see here. Oh yeah, delete higher. Mirror and weld. And then we can go ahead and take the split hidden. Alright, so now we got the legs. And go ahead and merge those down into there. Merge down. Go ahead and merge these down as well. And that way they're, you know, and just dynamesh all this together. And just kind of shape things up a little better. And of course, you know, looking at a anatomy reference as well. You know, I'm not at the point where with anatomy where I can call out all the, you know, all the muscles and insertion points. You know, I do observe a lot, but that just, you know, that just takes time, you know, and like you really kind of gotta like dedicate time to doing that. And I did anatomy studies in college a little bit. Not a little bit, but actually a lot. But that was so many years ago, and it just, you know, in terms of the names and stuff, it just, you just don't retain it. But I do want to refresh it, you know, because I kind of really like Spicer's. If you know who Spicer McLeroy is, he's a streamer and he runs a academy and everything. But the Zbrush dojo, but I really like his, like, you know, he really knows like his anatomy, and he can just kind of like go in at will and sculpt it out. So I mean that's a good point to be. I would say, you know, that's it's pretty good to be able to just command it that well. So anyway. So again, we're gonna dynamesh this, and you can see it's all one mesh now with the dynamesh, you know, and then we just continue sculpting, and we can start adding like with clay buildup, just kind of start filling in a little bit, you know. Start kind of filling out the filling out with the flesh and fat pads and all that. I mean, I'm not going to do that all over again on this, but that's just the process, you know. And once you kind of got to a point, oh, hey, what's up, Victor? What's going on, man? The next step in this would be to Z-remesh it and just kind of, and the whole idea is to just kind of retain the muscle structure, retain the anatomical structure with, you know, in a lower subdivision level, you know, so just kind of have it built into your mesh to start. Like, of course, you know, the final model you're gonna retopologize and everything, but it's just a process to like just get things moving more quickly. So as you can see, well, maybe I should have kept groups. I usually like to keep groups for this. Let's see here. Polished by groups. Hey Victor, is the music too loud, or can you barely hear it? I'm just kind of like, how's the audio, like the voice compared to the music? Oh, you don't hear music? Okay. How about now? How about now? Because I don't want it to be like louder than it's just kind of it's just copyright free music. It's not that great anyway, but it's just like I don't know. All right. So anyway, like you probably want to better define your muscle groups before you. But just as an example, you can go in and better define these polygroups. To basically polygroup the volumes of the muscle, the main volumes and stuff like that. So you go ahead and I'll run a polish by group. And again, this is just an example. I spent a little more time defining the polygroups for the anatomy, but you go ahead and keep groups on ZRemesher, and for the first pass I'll do it fairly high. Is the music still really low? Maybe I got it. So as you can see, you retain the groups here, and I may polish them again. Polish by groups again, and run ZRemesher again at a lower level, like around 2 or 3 or something like that, 2 or 3K. And again, this ain't the best situation because of the way these polygroups aren't really clean, so, but just to give you an idea, when they are clean, it does a really good job. So let's see here, that's not what we wanted. Oh, we do have keep groups on. I don't know why. There it goes. So that's probably good to start. That's good enough. Right. You can just kind of continue shaping things up. All right, so that was kind of the idea, and I did this for the torso. I have everything broken up into its respective regions. So, and that's basically what I did to get to this point. So, and this is, yeah, that's pretty much what I did to get to this point. And so the next thing, oh, it's loud now? How about now? I guess I should look at the camera when I'm talking to you guys. This shit's whack anyway. What is that? All right. So this is where I'm gonna pick up on everything. I'm still gonna be spending some time here fleshing things out, based on my reference and all that. So we'll go ahead and put the reference on the other monitor. loud as fuck. All right. So let's see here. Oh no, what is this? I don't want that. There's our clay buildup. All right. So, and I'm going to do this for a little bit longer. So the next step will be to actually combining all the anatomy, you know, all your anatomy. You know, so we have just one base mesh we're working with, and then I'm going to start to block out the clothes and hair and everything else. So let me see. Hope I don't get flagged for showing boobies. I know not everyone's like real mature these days and be like, oh, boobies, but this is you know, I'm not, you know, this is what anatomy looks like. So you know, so I hope no one's like reports me or something. So anyway, I've got to go get some water. I will be right back. I'll turn the music up a little here. Splash. Oh yeah. There we go. We turn the camera off. Alright, I am back. Not that anybody fucking cares, but alright, let's do this now. Yeah, I forgot to explain this before, but anyway, what I did is, this is obviously the girl, and I just photo bashed this little concept out just to give myself a better direction. Especially like with streaming and everything. I was gonna do a concept, and I may spin this into a concept after I go through this, or if I'm not really liking it, I may go with either this, or there was another concept. This one. This is by Fakova, and they're also on ArtStation. That's where I pulled that from. A lot of this other stuff is from Pinterest. What else? Yeah. So anyway, I may change. Once I get this more fleshed out into this, and just see how things evolve. Basically, I may ditch it. So who knows? Anyway, that is that. I don't think Victor's with me anymore. The chat room and see what's going on YouTube. What the fuck is this music? Alright. Okay, that's way fucking lagging. That is way lagging. Good. Stream health is good. One concurrent viewer. I guess that's me. Why is this? Is that far behind on YouTube? Oh, I never took off my, Jesus Christ, I'm sitting here talking about the, I'm sitting here talking about the work, and I'm not even showing what I'm talking about. Alright, now we're back in business. Anyway, so I guess I'll go over this again. Anyway, so the way I came about this concept is I just did a quick photo bash. It's nothing special at all. It was just to give myself a better direction, going into the 3D modeling. And obviously, again, it's this girl, and I put some raven wings on her, kind of drawing from this concept by Wlop. WLOP, and you can find him on ArtStation by that name, and he does amazing illustrations. I really love his illustrations, man. They're just amazing. But so I wanted to take a stab at something in a similar vein, but not exactly. So it's going to evolve, and I might do something more skimpy for the clothing. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. So I haven't gotten too far into it. So, all right. So what is next?
think the arm's looking pretty good. Just do it. Subdivide that once. Let's get these bound to the body. And so that's pretty much the same idea. I am gonna go ahead and use the slice tool to reassign some polygroups here. You go ahead and mirror and weld that. Right, get it. Oops. And where's this Control Shift and then Control W to assign a new poly group, just so they're more visibly defined. It's kind of the idea with that. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think we're getting a little laggy. Oh well. Here. Right. All right, we'll go ahead and mirror and weld that, and let's get one more poly group through here. We'll go ahead and mirror and weld that. And Z-remesh it. Keep poly groups. 2000's fine. Yeah, I'm not gonna get way into optimization and all that. You know, because this is more of an illustrative piece. Kind of wasn't feeling how that came out. Let's see. Let's just combine these. Okay, that's good. Let's see here. See, we mesh polygroups. Okay, that's decent. All right. Alright, so let's go ahead and... Alright, that's fine. And this is crazy back here, so let's go ahead and leave lower. And we'll just kind of combine some of these poly groups. So many of them. I think we're pretty good. Just want to clean up that back, the back a little bit. I think we can go ahead and grab the Z modeler tool and assign some, because that could get a little funky when it Z remeshes. So. And again, on the Z modeler tool, I'm just holding Alt and going over these polygroups to define them. Oops. Alright, so I can go ahead and add these to the same group. Alright, that's probably good enough. You always want to mirror weld. Let's go ahead and undo this, because we kind of want to combine all this. Alright, so there we have our torso. You can go ahead and merge that down. Alright, and let's do the same with the legs. Go ahead and delete. Delete lower. Go ahead and again, it's not to be perfect still at this stage, because still in the block out stage. So I just want to make sure I have pretty good poly flow going on with the Z remesher from here on out. Alright, so we can go ahead and mirror weld that, and let's grab hips. And go ahead and add those as well. Oops. And I do want to pull out, go ahead and pull out this, from the hips, this, what's the underlining? It's under the, rhombus of Michaelis. Fat pad. It's whatever. It's that. I forget what the name of that part of the torso is. Let's see, what is Anyway, whatever. Let me go ahead and grab it real quick. And to isolate a poly group, you just let me go ahead and see if there's any subdivision levels on this. No. So you go if you if you control shift click on an object, it'll and it's poly grouped, it'll select it. So it's just control shift is all I'm doing for that. You go ahead and turn on transparency and pull that out. Oh, what is that? Giving me problems. So we'll go ahead and just kind of get that in there a little better. Just kind of let me look at, okay. I think that's pretty good. All right. One viewer. What did my YouTube one die? Alright, so I did have 2 viewers. Oh, I guess I did have 1 viewer. Anyway. I got poor stream health on YouTube. Maybe I should kill YouTube. Oh well. So let's go ahead and get this kind of. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm kind of fucking around with seeing what's going on with the YouTube stream. It doesn't look like it's in good shape. Yeah, it looks like it's froze or some shit. Anyway, oh well. I'm not really too worried about it. I don't really. I don't get cable where I'm at. I don't even get like Time Warner, you know, like like a cable internet, so my internet's pretty shitty where I'm at, and it's the only available, so I just kind of gotta roll with it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and merge this down. All right. We can go ahead and merge torso as well. All right. And we'll leave the head separate. And let's go ahead and Dynamesh this. I want to make sure I have good clearance on the armpit, so I'll use move with topological turned on. I have that right there by the brush. So I'll toggle that off and on quite a bit. I'm just kind of better. Just make sure, I just want to have good clearance in the armpit. I don't want any, I want a good defined armpit. I'm gonna get Dynameshes. Alright. Alright, let's see how this looks. You're probably not going to need all this up here. Let's go ahead and clip curve. Right, let's see what's going on here first. Just kind of pull that out a little. Kind of pull, go ahead and pull the neck a little. Pretty good. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's see what makes, you know what, probably wouldn't be a bad idea to actually let's go ahead and Dynamesh this. We'll just fucking roll with it. We will roll with it. Just go ahead and clean this up a little, because that'll get weird. Too weird if ZRemesher has to try to calculate all that. Alright, so we go ahead and roll with this on the Dynamesh. Let's go ahead and duplicate it. Like I always like to duplicate things before I do a big change, you know, that way I can just roll back to the duplicate. Pretty good. things up a little. Probably, I don't really want to run the risk of having that. So let's just go ahead and delete that. Delete hidden, mirror weld. Alright, now we can go ahead and Z-remesh this. We can do it fairly high on the first pass. And yeah, that's gonna work. That let's see here. Let's polish by groups. Go ahead and polish by groups, and go ahead and knock this way up. Oops. We're still Z-remeshing. Z-remesher. Alright. See how that turned out. That like at this stage we're still blocking things out, so I don't know if I need to go any lower than that. Let me just see here. Let me just see what it looks like if we go a little lower. Hey, oh no, see, that's terrible right through there. I do not like that. So, okay, this is going to be good for now. And just kind of continue to work on the anatomy a little bit. Oh, we got some holes here. Okay, let's smooth right out. Kind of going through Anatomy for Sculptors PDF, and yeah, actually the PDF for Anatomy for Sculptors is about half the price of the book. So, and plus I'm at my computer most of the time, like when I'm working. So I went ahead and got the PDF.
Yeah, it really is. It really is great reference. It's probably one of the best ones for 3D artists because they really break down just like the volumes of everything. You know, they really break down the especially like the topological the topological models or the topological breakdowns are really helpful. I'm looking for a specific area on this. Looking for a specific page that's fairly similar to the pose I'm working for this. So it's just taking me a minute to locate it. Alright, where in the fuck are you? Okay, here it is. Alright, there it is. So, yeah. Actually, looking at this. So this is a 3D scan in the book. So I'm just kind of looking at this right now. Alright. Just kind of get these things in order. Right. Switch to the smooth alt. Kind of tone down the embed because I really like to go over these. Maybe I'm being too precious with it, but I just like to do a slow build up, especially on a female character. You know, try to get.
poly paint on here. I think I already have some. Alright, yeah. And the hands I'll actually get later. So yeah, earlier I guess I just went ahead and this isn't masked. I just put some poly paint in there to just try to, you know, get a sense for the makeup. And because the makeup actually, when you look at the makeup, you know, that actually is contributing to how the face looks on a female. So, you know, and just and just to try to get to that point a little faster, you know, I do like to block in a little makeup, you know, like the blush and stuff, because it just helps. It's going to define the face. It's going to be a definitive element to the face, and I don't know what her face actually looks like without it, so I just kind of include that in the process, you know, to pin down the look. So, and I do like to get hair in a little earlier as opposed to later. You know, I don't like, you know, because again, that kind of hair is, you know, a definitive element in the final look. Like, so I don't want to like just sprinkle it on last. Now, if you're doing a likeness, I think that's different, depending on how you're doing the likeness. Like if you're doing a likeness in terms of like you're trying to capture the photo, you know, for like an illustrative, kind of work, then you would probably, you know, I would say it would help to get everything blocked in as, you know, sooner. But if you're doing it for production, that's a whole different story. You know, that's where you would get, you know, you would find the actress, and you know, you would probably want to get multiple reference. You know, you probably want to gather as much reference as possible in under kind of like neutral lighting. You know, if you were doing like a true likeness, but this isn't so much a likeness as it is just trying to capture the essence of the face, you know, and what we're saying. Because her face will work for this, and it's kind of, you know, ties into what I want it to do. So, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, go crazy with it, but yeah, I'm gonna try to get her face, and I am trying to improve my faces overall, you know, to just incorporate a little more realism in them. So, but I still like the photogenic quality, you know. So I'm aiming for that as well. So again, this is what we're going for. And again, I don't know about the clothing. You know, I think something a little more scad might be better, but I don't know. She's cool looking. She's cool looking. You know, the wings and everything. All right, so let's do keep moving here. Smooth things out so much. Here I'm using the dam standard to just try to cut in whatever these muscles are called. Cut in the jeez. I kind of like to use this damn standard to kind of with a square alpha to kind of in subtractive mode to just build up and cut in my forms. Kind of. It just does kind of like a nice job. The square alpha. And I also, I typically, I also wanted to get a little more practice sculpting something in pose. Just to get my head a little, just to get my head around anatomy a little better. So there's kind of like a reason I'm doing all this. The way I'm doing it. Oh shit, all over the place. There we go. Got eyebrows in there. And the eyebrows, they were just cut out from the base. And I'm gonna polygroup this head a little better too. It was initially actually polygrouped much better than this. And somewhere in the process, I merged it. I lost the polygroups. I don't know how, but I generally like to keep them for certain regions of the face. It just makes it easier to work on, like to open and close the mouth, or even UV and that kind of thing. So, but anyway, what I did for is I just went ahead and just polygrouped the eyebrow shape out just like this, and then used extrude, polygroup all. And if you use extrude and polygroup all with control down, you can go ahead and extract a separate mesh for that, and then it's just a matter of splitting it off, and that's how we got the eyebrows. I'll actually just go ahead and keep those in there for now, or keep the poly group. But yeah, that's the process for getting the eyebrows out. So I am going to take a quick break, and I will be back shortly.
We are back in the lab. Ooh, I got 2 viewers. Yo, Victor, is that you watching again? Or maybe that's just my YouTube. Let me see what's going on here. 2 viewers in this bitch. Alright. Damn, I think my YouTube one crashed. I don't even think it's... Yeah, that looks like it's... YouTube looks like it crashed. I'm gonna fucking end that stream on YouTube because